Hi guys, welcome, or if you've been here before, of course, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for clicking on my video. Today I was playing with these two palettes, Paradise Islands from Nomad and Paledopoly from Ace Beauty, to do this eyeshadow look. I'm also chatting a bit about my recent birthday and a new hobby that I picked up. If you'd like to see any of that, don't go anywhere. Okay guys, I want to finish off my palette pull-in. I have been steadily working through the Nomad Paradise Islands palette, and this is, well, this would be today's shade, but I've decided to use these two, possibly my previous shade, to finish off the palette. But I need some depth, and so for some depth, I've grabbed the Paledopoly palette from Ace Beauty. It looks like this, and I'm thinking I'll grab this, or maybe this, or this one perhaps. I don't know, something to bring depth into the outer corner, and then I'll use those other two to three shades to just complete the look. I have no idea how this is going to turn out. I just know those colors will work well together. Aside from that, I have no plan. I have already primed my eyes using the Glamlight Icing Primer. Everything I'm using is mentioned or linked down below in the description box. So let's zoom in, and I have some things to talk about. I think I'm going to start with a wash of color. Typically, I start with the deepest, but I don't know, today I feel like just doing a wash of color. So I'm going to grab a medium blending brush. This is from Morphe. It's kind of dense, not super fluffy. I'm going to pick up the shade Seashell in Paradise Islands. This is technically my palette pull-in. So I'm going to send this through the whole crease. And this is going to be my transition color. So actually, I want something a little fluffier. Same shade. This is my transition color, and I'm just going to blow it out in my whole crease all the way to the ridge of the nose, and buff and buff and buff. I wanted to tell you guys about my birthday. I recently had a birthday, and it was lovely because my in-laws ended up coming into town. It just so happened that they were here over my birthday. You may recall that my mother-in-law came to visit right after the baby was born, so she'd already met her. Now my father-in-law got to meet her, and that was just really nice. It was so good to see them again. We all get along very well. I love my in-laws. They're great. They spent a couple of days. They came to church with us. We celebrated my birthday together. Lots of time with the grandkids. One day my father-in-law went to work with my husband, and my mother-in-law came to homeschool group with us. And they also took us out to dinner once. And it was lovely. It was a really nice visit with them. Before I go to deepen this up, this is a beautiful color. This is a beautiful, soft, pink leaning lavender. Just I don't know, is it lilac? Almost cattleya. It's beautiful. I really like this color. On my skin, it's pulling a lot more purple than it looks in the pan, at least in my lighting. So I'm going to take a Blend Bunny B3 and put this on the whole lower lash line because it's beautiful. I'm just going to sort of softly lay that down here because I like it a lot. Unfortunately, I think that Blend Bunny brush was a little bit dirty with probably blue. So that's okay. I mean, it's not like it clashes, it's fine. Question is, will it match the other eye? I'm just taking my original blending brush and softening this whole lower lash line. Now I think I'll go into Paledopoly and deepen it. Now within Paledopoly, I had said I might grab this one, or this one. This one is definitely a deep mid-tone, but it's not quite as deep as I might want to go. This one over here has a very warm undertone, more in the brown vein. And then this one has a deep, deep berry undertone. So I think I'll grab this instead. It's called Mixtape. Blend Bunny B1. And maybe I'll use this and the other one, but I'm going to start here. So for my birthday, I got myself a pair of rollerblades. I've been looking for a while for some sort of activity that I can do outdoors. Something that gets me outside, gets me moving, helps me stay fit and strong. I hate doing at-home workouts. I'm terrible at motivating myself to do them. They're just boring. They're just boring, and I feel that we already need more time outside. We live in a part of the country where the weather doesn't usually get terrible. There might be a really good spring storm or occasional snaps of very cold weather, but on the whole, you can spend a lot of time outdoors where we live, and that's nice. Even if it's not my preference, I mean, no, I would prefer a good snowstorm, but that almost never happens here, so I will just find the silver lining and say, we get to go outside. Just bundle up. But anyway, I wanted to make sure that I'd be able to include my children in this hobby. So my daughter wants roller skates or rollerblades for Christmas, and then I have two little ones who can go in a double stroller. And I thought, well, if I get something with wheels, I can push them along in the stroller. My older daughter can have her skates, and we can go on longer trips together, longer walks, you know, outdoor excursions. I mean, walking is excellent exercise, but if we went on walks and my daughter had skates, then it would be hard for me to keep up with her. So if I also had skates, and then I could use them when the kids were sleeping and I had some time to myself, I could throw on my rollerblades and just go skating around. That's what I was thinking. I am going to pick up fanny pack a little bit with the same brush, just a little, and hit the edges of this berry tone. Bring in a bit more pink. So anyway, for my birthday, I went to a sporting goods store and I got myself a pair of rollerblades, and I was smart. I was smart because I also bought knee pad, elbow pads, wrist pads, etc. And I have a helmet, so I have all the protective gear because I'm almost 40. I just turned 36. When you get hurt or fall from your full height as a mid 30-year-old, it is a very different experience than falling from your height as a kid. It just is. I'm heavier now, I'm taller, I'm falling further, my body's older, you don't recover as quickly, so I thought that padding would be a smart decision. Alright, well that is looking lovely. Let's go back into Paradise Islands and see what we've got going on. Now I have a mid-toned purple shimmer. I think I do want to use the blue shimmer that I had done before, so I'm going to grab a flat brush. I'm going to start with the purple shimmer and then go from there. The purple shimmer is called Tahiti, and I will load up my brush and then spray it as I usually do because that helps control fallout. This is not super sparkly. On the whole, I would say that the shimmers in Paradise Islands are okay. A couple of them really do stand out, but then some of them don't. So here is Tahiti. It's pretty. You know, it's pretty. I'll lay this on a good part of my lid space, I think. Definitely not all of the lid space. Maybe the middle section or the middle third. My mother-in-law and oldest daughter made me a chocolate coconut roll. So like a Swiss roll. They spread the cake with some Nutella, then they put in a soft cream in the center, rolled it up, and then topped it with ganache and sprinkled with coconut. It was good. It was really tasty. So that was my birthday cake. There's a little bit left in the fridge. Same brush, wiping it off and going into Whale. This shadow, this shimmer is prettier. It is prettier than I expected. So I'm going to spray this as well just because I want to control where it goes. So they made me my birthday cake and we celebrated it technically the day before because the day of my birthday, my mother-in-law was taking my oldest shopping for some Christmas gifts. I'm going to use this beautiful Whale shade on my inner corner as well. Okay, that's pretty, right? That's pretty. I think I'll just use the same brush. I'll load up Whale on the edge of it and take it onto the lower lash line. It's such a beautiful light tone. It really brightens up the inner corner area. And even though it's technically a shimmer, it's not very reflective. It behaves more like a matte, honestly. So it's kind of more like a pastel periwinkle, at least over here. Now, it might apply differently if I used my finger. Perhaps I would get more shine with my finger. Let's see. You get a little more shine with the finger because it sticks to the oils in your hand, and that transfers with a bit more shine. But I don't want it to be really shiny at the inner corner. I prefer a matte inner corner, so I'm okay with this translating as more of a periwinkle. Now I think I'll go right back into Palettopoly, back into Fanny Pack with a very small blending brush. I'm just hitting the very center here. I want to bring that pink down into the lower lash line because it's looking more purple. I'm being sure to keep the color pressed into my lashes here so that underneath of it it's still that light purple wash that I laid down before. Clean off the brush and just go back and forth right here in this small space. There you go. That's pretty. I like that. I'm going to pop off camera. Be right back. So here we go, guys. This is everything. Now that it's all done, let me tell you what I did. In my waterline, I used this pink from ColourPop. It's the shade Fluffy. And then I did some mascara and nothing else on my eyes. I don't have any eyeliner or anything else. On my lips, I'm wearing two different products. This is the NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Eclair, and I topped it with the ColourPop lip oil in the shade Hay. And then on my face, I just have a little bit of bronzer from Physicians Formula and this more cool-toned blush from ColourPop. It's the shade Matchmaker from their Mulan series. I'm almost using it as a contour. It's just adding a bit of cool tone to my cheeks because what was I thinking buying this blush for myself? I don't actually know what I'm doing when it comes to blush. I'm winging everything, so this was a very, very early purchase, and again, I more or less use it as a leaning towards a contour shade instead. So here is the whole look. I think it's really lovely. I think it's very, very pretty, and I'm really happy with the way that these colors played with each other. Of course, you know that blue, purple, pink, they're all going to work together beautifully, but it's a matter of the textures of the shadows and the undertones of the shades that really make a look a bit different or exciting. And pairing, bringing in the depth from Paletopoly, I think was a good idea, because Paradise Islands doesn't have that depth, especially in the pink purple side of things. So I love the way that the colors all worked together. I think it's beautiful, and it's a lovely match for my shirt without being hot pink everywhere. And I like it. I know I said at the beginning of this video that I had some things to talk about. I'm not sure exactly how I phrased that. When I edit, I'll remember. Let's zoom in, and I have some things to talk about. There are a lot of things on my mind, actually. Some of them are more emotional, and you're going to find out about that soon enough. And then some of them are more looking at my life balance, what I'm doing well, where I can improve, what I'm teaching my children, setting examples, things like that. That's what I really need to take some more time to formulate thoughts and really nail down what I want to say. Like this platform, sometimes I treat it as a little video diary. I'm very careful about sharing personal information like details because I want to maintain privacy. However, I have heard so much from you guys that certain things that I say or examples that I give, apparently you guys find that helpful or encouraging or motivating, and that's what I want this channel to be. The eyeshadow is a fun little aside, but really I want the channel to be a place of encouragement and motivation. I'm not a motivational speaker, this is me, but I try to formulate these thoughts for my own life and then share them with you, and hopefully we can give each other ideas and thoughts. You can give me feedback, and maybe you'll get some ideas for your own life. The goal is to live healthy, well-balanced lives. So I'm happy to share my journey with you guys as I figure out what that looks like, but I don't want to just come on here and spit out a bunch of different words. I want there to be some sort of format and organization behind what I'm saying so that the video makes sense. So that's the goal. There are a lot of things going on behind the scenes in my mind. I'm preoccupied with several things. I'm sure I'll talk about it in an upcoming video. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for being here, for putting up with me, for listening to my rambling. I hope that if you like this content, you will consider liking and subscribing before you go. Generally, I upload 3 to 4 videos every week, and I look forward to seeing you in my next one. Bye, guys!